My name is Anna Clark. I just want to make a short little audio here. It's early in the morning, you guys. I didn't do my face. I did my face routine, but I didn't put my makeup on. And I'm a makeup girl, so I'm not going to, do a video yet because I'm just waking up. But I want to make audio of a post. I want to say that God will use your frustrations. God will use your frustrations. This here is for the dreamers, the builders, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, or even, just that person that's like, I just want better, or I want to do better. I want to have better, and nothing's wrong with that. I want to feel better. I want to be happier. I want to be happy. I want to be in the place that I belong. Maybe it's leadership. Maybe it's leadership in your house. Maybe it's leadership in community. Maybe it's to build something, whatever it is that you're building. Maybe you're just building a better you, and I want to say that this is something that I learned from God, that He will use frustration. He will send you into situations, relationships, connections, locations, jobs, work, and you could be excited to go too. It could be something that you think you wanted to go into. And so you do. And He confirms it. And then you get there and there's clashes, or some people don't step up like they should, or do their part like they should, or grow with you like they should in that relationship, or just it looks like He sent you to a place or to a connection that's breaking down. And it's not always because you're going to fix it or it's going to work out. It's often because it's a lesson. It's a lesson. If I was a boss, I think God is so smart though, because I can see why He would give a daunting task to someone. And at first you're like, yay, I get this job and you get this money. And then you go into it. And then after a while of doing it, you're like, but this can't be all there is to life. This can't be all there is to relationships. Like, this is not the level that I want. It's not giving me what I need. This is not going to be able to fly at the next level that I want to go to. I feel like I'm going to be dragging this person as I go to my next level, or I feel like this person might drag me down. Relationships and jobs that God sends you into is to have you to realize who you are, who you aren't, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you want to deal with, what you don't want to deal with. Don't be afraid to say, I don't ever want to work with this kind of client with this type of personality again. It's not like, it's not like anti-Christian, or it's not like hateful to God to tell God even your frustrations. It's not hateful to say, I don't want to do this or that, or I don't want to go through this again, or this is the last time I'm going to be with an emotionally unavailable person. This is the last time I'm going to deal with this turtle ass mother beep. This is the last time I'm going to deal with this slow mother beep, beep, beep. This is the last time I'm going to deal with this person that seems like they can't get it together. Nothing is wrong with even praying like that. I'm telling you, because God hears that. He even sent you to that connection, which puzzles you. Why you sent me into that relationship? Why you sent me to that job that was at once a blessing, but I outgrew it. I realized something. I realized I needed something more. I realized what I don't want to deal with. I realized who I am. I realized what I want to really do. I realized who I really want to be. I realized what I want to build. I realized what I really want to make. I realized what I really want to work in. I realized what is my passion, and the money and the pay. If I can get that too, wow, that would be the cherry on top. Like, I realize what I really want. God will send you into hard situations so that you get a lesson. It's not because He sent you into something, now it's falling apart and God abandoned you. No, I want you to learn how to ask, what is the lesson? What is the lesson? I was once in a connection or a relationship. I don't know what it was, but I was once in a relationship that I would be like, you're my teacher, but I wanted to know what's the lesson. So I was like, what's the lesson? I need to know what the lesson is. This person was frustrating me, not communicating, not was there, but wasn't in the way that I needed them to be in different ways. So I realized this can't really go too far. I'm about to surpass you. And I had to ask them, what is the lesson? So I felt this person had a lot of armor on, right? So you can't get to them, but yet they're always there, but yet you can't get to them. It was just like, what is happening? And eventually, okay, so this person gave me a tortoise or a turtle, and God was trying to teach me that love comes slowly. It wasn't that I was trying to rush anything, but I just was realizing, wow, this is not moving the way it should, you know? And so anyway, I want to say that God will send us for sure into situations, relationships, connections to give us a lesson. It taught me that the person that I am to be with later is going to be a bit like that. God will prepare you for your mate. Okay, so let's talk about jobs or locations. Sometimes the Lord sends you to a very bad area. It's like a nightmare area. It's so bad. There's so many spirits up over that thing, and it's just bad. You sleep in your own house, and it's not peaceful because you feel all the spirits and everything all around you outside. Just like you feel the thoughts of other, like I've been in bad areas. Anyway, so you're in a bad, job or a bad location. Ask God, what is the lesson? Make sure you always complete your assignment in that area. Is it to teach someone? Is it to speak to someone? Is it to help someone, wake up? Is it to assist someone? Is it to heal someone? Is it to show people that God still heals? Is it to show people where God would take them if they get their character ready? Is it to show people the gifts that are in them and that God wants to take them to more and to be happy? But it's going to take learning how to worship or learning how to hear him or learning how to be open to hear him. And sometimes we have to train people how to hear him. Whatever your assignment is, your gifting, make sure you use it in that place as God leads. Make sure you ask, what is the lesson? Make sure you get it, because the faster you get it, it may mean that you get out of there faster, graduate to your next job, next relationship, or next lesson. Maybe the ultimate. Maybe it's that ultimate job, that purpose, that life's work, not just job. Maybe it's that ultimate relationship, that one that's going to go with you through life, through the rest of your life. Some of us have waited decades and decades and decades for that ultimate job, that ultimate relationship. Some of us have been hidden for so long and alone for so long, and don't believe that God has forgotten you or he's left you out. There's something you're supposed to establish first for some of you. Some people are CEOs and they don't know it yet. You're supposed to establish your job and your work. If you have a spiritual work or service, or you have a certain spiritual call on your life, then you may be waiting a long time. You may be going through hard relationships and lessons just so that you can help other people later. We all are a different tool from God. We all have a different work. And even people that don't know him they're a different sort of gifting. They have a different purpose. Some of them find their purpose before they find God. So whoever you are, if you know Jesus personally or not, I don't discriminate. I talk to all people every day and give them spiritual guidance and help as much as God tells me for them. That's what I do. So connect with me if you need to. www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. My link should be under this video, or find another one of my videos and look under that, because I should have the links there. Don't be afraid to friend request and then inbox me, because then I'll for sure see your message. So if you need any help, any confirmation, any encouragement, prophetic words, any, and there's a safety in the multitude of counselors. That means not just counselors in practical things, but also in spiritual things or in answers from the spirit realm. So anyway, Wherever you are, whatever you're in, ask God, what is the lesson? What am I to bring? What am I to receive? And I want you to not hate God when you have the frustration, because the frustration helps us to know that we got to go sometimes. Frustration helps us to know that we need more sometimes. Frustration helps us to know that we can't keep doing this like this. Frustration helps us to express sometimes what we need to just express to someone, because they're not going to get it together unless you express. And they need to make the decision to sacrifice a little deeper or a little more, or to change something, or to compromise. And so God will allow us to be inspired to know what our next step is. But I don't want you to mistake frustration and things breaking down as if the devil's just in everything, because sometimes God's allowing it. Sometimes God's stirring it up and causing it. You know, he even said, I smote you, or I hit you, or I broke you down, but now I'm going to heal you. He's in the storms as well. So if you learn that God's both a lover and a warrior, and he'll even use the enemy, or allow the enemy to tempt or test people, even like he allowed the enemy to test Job. If you can endure without hating God, then God can help you to get out of it and get to from the low grounds to a higher ground. He's taken some people to mountaintops. He's taken some people to ownership. He's taken some people to the best relationship of their life now. He's taking some people into building something. And now you're going to understand why I went through all these jobs. Oh, I went to that job because it taught me this. I went to this job because it taught me that. And each one of these things, I've gained something. It's so funny. I'm reminded of this. I don't know why. But in every area I've lived in, I've had like a neighbor where I ended up being friends with and exchanged a recipe with. It's like it's so funny. It's almost like you're getting your ingredients together. I guess that's why I'm being given that right now. You're getting your ingredients together for your restaurant, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, it's like we get pieces of our puzzle through different connections, experiences, jobs, assignments, relationships. We got, like, you understand, you want someone that can communicate when you get that guy that's way too quiet with too much turtle shell on him. You know, you can't. Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, it's just funny because God's reminding me some things. So when I was given this turtle, we kept this turtle for a few years walking around the house because she didn't want to stay in a box. She didn't want to stay in a box. This turtle represents to me who I know I'm with in the future. They're like me. We cannot be boxed. We cannot be boxed. We got to run free and at our own pace. And this turtle, oh, you think they move slow? Have you seen a turtle run? My turtle would run. She would get up on rocks. I don't know why I'm sharing this. She would get on rocks and like teeter-totter with her shell. I was like, what the heck is that? It was so funny. And she would get out of gates. She would break free. She'd dig. She'll walk around. She'll find a way to get through. She knew how to like inch her way through, weasel her way through in tight spaces. She could get out of a tight situation. She was kind of quiet. You know, sometimes she made a little peep sound though. It was really weird. But this turtle, it actually is so weird because how it parallels with the person that I knew God was preparing me for. The person that gave it to me was not going to be the one. But the person, though we've probably thought about it and talked about it, but the grace period closed. How many know God's not going to let you waste your time with somebody and he's not, that's why you should just trust him when he sends you to anybody or any job or any relationship. And he doesn't always save someone just for the, like when they first start dating, you don't always just meet your mate for life. Like right when you just started dating, like that first person you meet, it's not always like that. You learn relationships and relationship skills and relationship issues that come up, by experience. But anyway, you know this. But it's like God used this person to give me that. And that thing trained me to know what the heck I'm going to have to be dealing with someone in the future. And it's very, very interesting. Even the jobs he sent me to. He sent me to a job named Budget, but it was for cell phones. And, they wanted us to lie to the customers. That place is not in business today. And I even said, the Lord's done with this. And like a few months later, that thing was shut down, nowhere to be found. But they're like, what do you mean, girl? We just got the store, got it all fixed up, got all the lettering on the wall. What do you mean? Doesn't it look nice? I'm like, God's done with this. This is done. And they didn't know. They didn't know that it wasn't moving it wasn't doing justice for the people. You're to help the people below poverty line, but you're cheating them. You're cheating them. You're giving them bad products on purpose, you guys. So they wanted me to be a part of that. And I was like, I can't keep doing this with you. And it was a place called Budget. And I left the Budget because I knew that God always provided for me, because I'm a prophet, legit, that he trained, that he will always sustain you. I don't have to pay full all the time because God covers me. He might make it, look, he will provide. And that's all we need to say. But God always provides for me. Always, always, always. I just do what he tells me to say. He said, seek the kingdom first and everything else will come to you. I just do what he tells me. I say what he tells me to say. And that's all I really want to do. I'll do that in any field he lets me do that. I will do that. I'll go to wherever he tells me to. I'll go to where believers say you can't go, but Daniel did it. Because Daniel was smarter than the believers of today. Some of them are just waking up to how free we really are to serve God anywhere. So anyway, everything that you go through is to build you. It's giving you a building block or a key, a revelation, an idea, understanding. Even if you go to a place and you have a bad boss, God may have sent you to that place with a bad boss so that you learn how not to be when you run your things, or so that you know that you need to move to a different, not just a different job, but get leverage to something that's closer to what you really want to do. That's why relationships, jobs, all these things are good experiences, even if they're bad, because they make you. He's giving you the building blocks, even if one of them is frustration. So that's all I want to say, because God's with you in everything. He's with you in everything. And there's a method to the madness. There's a method to the madness. Because I walked through a bunch of things that he sent me into, for sure. And those things, just because they did not last forever, doesn't mean I didn't succeed in it. I gained what I was supposed to. I gave what I was supposed to. And I walked away with a little more confidence, a little more strength, a little more understanding, another idea, another understanding on how to do that idea, another strategy to add to my strategy, like another part of the puzzle. So whatever you're going through, take it to God and perfect your prayers. And God hears you even when you cry out in frustration. And be faithful in the little. Be faithful in the little place. Be faithful in the little. Be faithful in the little that no one sees you doing. Because God will reward you. There's a set time that is for your harvest, that you will see everything set out on your Psalm 23 table in front of your enemies. those that think they're secret enemies, those that think that they think secretly against us. You can know, but you can also be an encouragement to those, showing that God comes through. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Bye.